Hi guys, in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how I created the ice cream dream character, and this is the orange version. And if you haven't already watched it, I have made a pink version of this. And that was one of my, I think my very first Shopkins tutorials that I did. So this was requested on Instagram by SS Rule, and that's SSRULE. And it's, I believe her name is Sienna. So thanks again for the request. So for this one, I'm just using some of the yellow effects clay. I didn't have any yellow, but I've since gone and got some. But that's what it looks like once it's baked. So it's sort of almost looks like icy kind of, but it's I like the way that it turned out. So I just rolled out a long piece of it and I'll curl it up into the ice cream part. And we're going to use a piece of orange here for the body, and I rolled out some orange for the sprinkles, and another piece, this will be for the little top of the cup here, or ice cream cone I guess I should say. And we'll need 2 little hands and a little tiny nose. So those are all the pieces that you're going to need, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I created it. So I just rolled the clay into a ball, and now I'm going to make a little bit of a cone shape like so, and just push it down. So it's like if you're making a cupcake or a cup or anything like that, you just have a cone shape that's wider on the top and narrow on the bottom. So you have something like that. And I'm starting to make them a little bit smaller, so they're more like Shopkins sizes, and it also saves on clay. So I'm going to just kind of flatten this out with my fingers. Let's kind of stretch it a little bit, so it'll wrap around the entire top part of our cone. There's just a little bit overlapping, so you just trim it off. And I'm also going to be using some of the liquid translucent Sculpey for the drizzle. So I'll have to grab that. I forgot to bring it out in the video, so there's the basic shape. And then let's see, what can we do? Maybe we'll roll out this here. So just kind of twist it a little bit and make it thinner. You don't want it too thick, or maybe you do, and you know, it's totally up to you, because you can make it as big as you want or as small. So just going to keep rolling it just to create a ice cream cone shape. Alright, so there's our little top of our ice cream. And then I'm just going to take some orange here and just make tiny little pieces that are we're gonna turn them into the sprinkles. So just roll them out. They're sort of like a little sprinkle shape, and then just put them wherever you want on the ice cream cone. There we have some sprinkles. Just kind of push them down a bit. And then also there's a little tiny nose there and a little tiny mouth. So to make the mouth, I'm just going to use one of my tools, like so. We'll pop the little nose on there. This one's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. And we'll have some extra left over. You can always add more sprinkles if you want. And then I almost forgot, there's little X's in this top part, so I'm just going to use my tool and just make little X's. And let's see how many I did here. 1, 2, 3. So I just did 4. So there we go. And then we'll put the arms on. And actually one is sticking out to the side, like so, and then the other one is close to the mouth. So there we go. Now I'm going to grab the liquid Sculpey. I'm just going to get rid of some of this stuff here. And so this is the liquid Sculpey I've been using. If I can get the lid off. Oh yeah. So it's gotten kind of hard to open because it's dried a little bit. So I'm not really sure how to prevent that, but the bottle that I did use was kind of old, so that might be why it's kind of hard to work with here. So I'm just going to stir it up good until we get a nice mixture. Okay, so I've stirred it up pretty well, so as you can see it's pretty goopy. And all I'm going to do is just take a little bit on, you can use a toothpick or any sort of sharp pointing tool, or not too sharp, but just one that can help spread it around. And then just drizzle that down. And put some at this side here. And again, you can put as much as you want on there. So you just bake it the same as we usually do, so at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. And then once it's baked and cooled down, then we'll go ahead and paint our little face on. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show you, this was the very first ice cream dream that I made. And this was before I knew really how big the Shopkins were. I didn't have any Shopkins to go off of except for pictures and whatnot. So you can see the size difference. It's quite large. But I do really like this one. And it is one of the most popular videos on my YouTube. So that's pretty exciting. So I'm just going to mimic the eyes on this one and put it on our little one here. So I'm just going to take a tiny paintbrush and paint the little details on. So we have one eye, another one, and then paint just the little details for the eyelashes. There we go. So once that dries, I'll go in and put the white. So it seems to be dry enough, so I'm just going to go in with the white and just make the details for the eyes. Two little comma shapes and then a little dot. And there we go. So I'm going to let that dry and then I'll glaze it and then we'll be finished. So I hope you guys found this tutorial easy. It's obviously not as long as this one because I didn't have one made ahead of time, so I just kind of went with it. And so I think this one was a little bit easier to make and you don't use as much clay. So But I think he's pretty cute anyways. He's a little mini me of this guy. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for more Shopkins tutorials. Bye guys!